yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
It rained.
It did.
And not just a little bit, a lot.
It was a rain of biblical proportions, some might
We
say.
had multiple inches within like an hour.
Multiple inches.
Like 2 or 3 inches an hour.
Yeah,
If you have 2 or 3 inches in a whole day,
it's a good amount of snow. It's a lot of rain.
it is a lot of rain.
I mean, adjusted for snow, you're talking a foot, maybe a foot and a half of snow.
It'd be a lot of snow.
It would be a lot of snow.
And coming down all at once.
All at once.
So my mother-in-law's staying with us right now. And at 1:30 in the morning, I hear on my door,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my answer. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the downstairs is flooding. And I'm thinking the toilet.
Yeah.
I'm like, it'll be fine.
That's your reaction?
That was my reaction.
You think the toilet's flooding downstairs, and I'll get in the morning.
It'll be fine.
Okay. All right.
But then she goes, no. I said the toilet. She goes, no. And she goes, the basement.
The basement, which has happened before to you.
Yes, one other major time.
Yeah.
And instantly, I had to wake up
Okay.
and drain the basement. I have a utility pump,
Mm-hmm.
hooked it up, and it was awful.
Yeah.
For 4 or 5 hours, I was draining basement water.
That's a lot of fun.
It was not fun. So I was up all night, and then I ended up calling off of work because I was exhausted.
But now you've learned your lesson, though, because you don't have stuff on the floor, I assume, in your basement anymore? Like you put
right
things
now?
up? Because last
that's
time
what
that
I should
happened-
do, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Here's what happens.
Yeah.
We get lazy.
Sure.
You have Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
And like, just take it down to the basement.
But
and you
remember
just
it flooded that one time? I'm sure it'll be fine.
it'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
You know,
Yeah.
fool me once,
Shame on you.
fool me twice.
Shame on
Me.
Yeah. That's how it goes.
I know better.
Yeah.
I know better.
Mhm.
I can't help it.
Will you learn your lesson?
No, I'm going to do it
I don't
again.
think you will. I don't think you will.
I told my wife, I said, we will not do this again. I said, next time it floods, we'll just get the swimming suits and just go swim
Sure.
because there will be nothing down there.
Sure.
Now, we do have laundry. It's the washer dryers downstairs.
Sure.
So there's always laundry coming and going.
Uh-huh.
That's always going to be.
Uh-huh.
Apart from that, you can wash the laundry.
Sure.
I just don't want...
what you do with laundry.
That's true. But laundry that's been through a flood. I just don't want...
When do clothes become laundry? You know? What makes laundry laundry?
When it's off of your body.
The moment it's off of your body after it's been worn.
Yeah, you're wearing clothes.
What does it stop being laundry?
When you put it on.
When you put it on?
You're not wearing laundry.
I'm not wearing...
No, you're wearing clothes.
Is my closet full of laundry or is my closet full of clothes? I think my closet's full of clothes. So when does laundry become clothes?
After the dryer.
After the dryer?
Yeah.
I feel like until it's put away, it's not clothes.
Oh, yeah. Put away the laundry.
Yeah.
It's clean. Put away the clean
And the
laundry.
hey, we got a big pile of laundry there. It's
Yeah.
clean. Still got to be put away. The moment it's put away, it stops being laundry
Yes.
and becomes clothes. And then it gets worn
Uh-huh.
and
It becomes dirty laundry.
dirty, but
Yeah.
back in the realm of laundry.
Now, if you choose to, like, I'm wearing these jeans.
Mm-hmm.
I wore these jeans yesterday.
Yeah.
So-
Ever since we started doing the show like this, I have been going pantsless. That's been my thing because people can't see it.
I'm not judging.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is,
When we did the podcast, there was no. I
No.
was completely.
in the nude,
It just makes me feel comfortable. You know what I mean? I just need to feel comfortable.
I feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
What if you wear the same clothes multiple days in a row?
Well, that's a good question.
Is it laundry? And then you're like, it's not so bad. You do the sniff test.
Yeah, it's not laundry until it's in the
The
basket,
wash.
I guess. Once
The
it's in
laundry
the basket,
But do you ever pull it out
it's a
of the
laundry.
basket?
It is a
It's like,
laundry.
I just
it's not
need,
a clothes basket. It's a laundry basket.
I just need a shirt. I'm
well,
just
then,
gonna.
then you're taking it. Then it's in
It
some
becomes
sort of
clothes?
like in between state, but it goes back to clothes.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
I mean,
Clothes are on your body or in the closet
I
or
mean,
in the dresser.
laundry
Yeah,
can also include towels. It's not only clothes.
that is true.
You know,
Bed sheets.
I've never thought about this before, but at some point, laundry stops being laundry.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Anyways,
I think that's a show. I think we've accomplished enough here today
like
that we should just. I think that's it.
forever.
Maybe go out on top. That's what I always said.
The moment we reach the pinnacle.
This is it. This is the pinnacle.
This is the pinnacle.
So we're in our new studio.
We are the 7-Eleven studios.
We're in the 7-Eleven maintenance
Janitorial closet. Yeah.
And but we're starting to take ownership of the place. We have our light, which we've always had, which we love our light.
Day one.
But so every week we're going to have a different decoration up.
Yes.
And so this week, one of your favorite shows.
Yeah, Murder, She Wrote.
Murder, She Wrote. We have a Murder, She Wrote poster.
With
on
Angela
the wall.
Lansbury.
Yeah.
I like Angela Lansbury.
She's the
Velveteen Rabbit.
The teapot from Beauty and the Beast.
She's also the Velveteen Rabbit in the VHS cassette tape that we had.
Her skills are abundant and many.
And if you ever find yourself at a party with Angela Lansbury, someone's going to die.
What is the Mount Rushmore of Angela Lansbury roles? George Washington, Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Beauty and the Beast is next.
Yes.
Velveteen Rabbit.
Velveteen Rabbit in my book.
Can you name another?
I can't. I
can't either.
I mean, listen.
It has to exist. She certainly has done more.
I'm sure there was some crossover things that she did. CBS did a lot of that.
Oh, like she showed up on like a Magnum PI once?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the Tom Selleck Mount Rushmore?
Magnum PI. Quincy
Quigley.
Quigley Down Under.
Uh-huh.
And
Mr. Baseball.
Mr. Baseball.
And he was almost in Indiana Jones. So
that would have ruined Indiana Jones.
could you imagine?
Oh, so bad.
It would not have been great.
No.
Yeah, I don't even think, I don't know, he really would have ruined it, I think. Don't you think?
I think so. Well, Harrison Ford is the perfect Indiana Jones. I cannot think of anybody
No.
that would be better.
No, there's nobody.
Not Tom Selleck.
Not Tom Selleck.
No.
All right. So every week, Jason, we come in with 3 things that we just have to talk about.
Yeah.
That are just, been weighing on your mind. Last night, you were, bucketing water out of your basement thinking, tonight I'm going to talk about X. What's your first thing?
It is tied to that.
Okay.
I thought we had 2 inches of rain in an hour.
Sure.
Which is a lot of rain.
As far as I'm concerned.
It's not as much rain as Noah saw.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it rained nonstop, 40 days, 40 nights.
Until that point, it had never rained before.
And so the sky fell, literally.
The firmament was broken, the sky fell, and the waters sprung up from the ground. So it was like when you're really sick and it's coming out of both ends.
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
So, started me thinking about.
Some people call that the double-headed dragon, by the way.
What?
I just heard that phrase.
Oh, when you're sick at both ends?
Uh-huh.
The double-headed dragon?
Yeah.
Fire out of both ends?
Yeah, I was talking to a guy who was sitting around the campfire, and he goes, I had, I don't know, some bad fish or something. He goes, we all had the double-headed dragon after that. I'm like, what? And there were like 6 of us around the fire, and all of us was like, what?
So I mean, nobody knew except for
nobody.
him.
He's like, the double-headed dragon. I'm like, no, and you need to explain yourself because I don't know what you're talking about. So, anyway, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Noah's Ark. Mount Rushmore of animals to leave off of the Ark.
Oh, like we wish.
Yes.
No, just if you could have left that one off.
Listen, like murder hornets. I'm not suggesting. I mean, that's a possibility. They don't affect me on a daily basis.
I don't know that he took insects.
How did they live?
They just flew around,
Above the water?
I think they just kind of hung on the side of the ark. Like, I don't think he was a part of making sure that they had a place. You know what I mean?
Well, I think they probably invaded the Ark.
Murder hornets?
I'm just saying.
I think
as
all
one
hornets
possibility.
probably came from the 2 hornets that were on the ark.
Maybe.
And then like
Are wasp hornets?
I don't know. I really don't know.
I really would like to get rid of wasp.
Well, I'd like to if I could get rid of.
I mean, this is the Mount Rushmore. We got 4 animals to pitch.
I feel like number 1 is mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are more responsible for death than any other animal.
Yes.
Right? They've killed more human beings.
Malaria, West Nile.
Mosquitoes probably killed more human beings than human beings have killed human beings.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. And they're annoying.
Yes.
And
mosquito gone. That's the George Washington.
Now the bats are going to be mad at us. The purple martins are going to be mad at us because they live.
But they will eat other insects.
Will they?
Gnats,
Are you
flies.
willing to say? Because this might have a chain effect. This is like breaking the space-time continuum.
No, I understand.
It's got.
Listen, if
I am listening. We're sitting literally 2 feet from each other.
If you told me,
yeah,
as a result You get rid of mosquitoes.
Mm-hmm.
You no longer have bats and purple martins.
Okay.
I would say deal.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm done with mosquitoes. I don't like
But
them.
without bats, then you don't have guava, which is the bat poop. Is that what it's called?
Guapo?
Guapo?
El Guapo?
El Guapo. Maybe that's what it is.
I don't know.
And they make pots out of that.
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay.
Okay. Mosquitoes gone.
All right.
What else?
Well, Jason, this is your
I'm telling
thing,
you, wasp.
so
I
would
don't
assume-
like wasp. I'm an anti-wasp.
Well, the
Now,
thing
bees,
about,
we need honeybees.
we need bees.
We need the bees.
because the pollination.
Yeah.
Don't wasps do the same thing?
As bees?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll
about
bet
that.
they do.
I don't think they
What else are they
pollinate.
eating? What are they consuming?
I don't know.
Hmm.
Stella, do you know? We should know. I don't know what wasp eat.
I can't think of any animal. Like, I'm not a big possum guy, you know?
Yeah.
But they're not an annoyance to me.
I heard they eat lots of ticks.
Probably.
I think possums are
that
good.
makes possums even grosser. The fact that they're eating ticks.
They eat like their own body weight
Mhm.
in ticks.
That was the most disgusting thing I've ever heard.
It's true. That's why we
Huh.
should like the possum. Now,
Okay.
ticks, can we get rid of ticks?
I'll get rid of ticks all day.
Do ticks serve a purpose?
Okay, so mosquitoes, ticks,
Yeah.
leeches.
Leeches.
Leeches are gross.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have that great scene from the movie Stand By Me.
Great scene.
I think it's worth.
To keep leeches just for that one scene? I
And
don't
they
think
were
so.
a pretty big part of the medical process at one point. So, I mean, without leeches, who knows what doctors would have done.
That's true.
So at one point, leeches were pretty important.
Let's get rid of the leeches. So
Okay.
leeches, mosquitoes,
Ticks. They're all
Ticks.
bloodsuckers.
they are all bloodsuckers. Is there no
Vampires.
piranhas?
What?
Piranha?
Piranha? Is a piranha's just a...
But they eat. They smell the blood and then they eat.
I feel like there's a glaring oversight here. Just something that we're really missing. I don't want to get rid of any of the big animals. Big animals are cool,
Yeah, bears, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I like all that.
Cats? Like house cats?
I've thought about that.
Yeah.
Not a big house cat fan.
Yeah, I think they're evil.
There's no doubt
Mm-hmm.
that they're evil.
I mean, my life wouldn't be any worse or better.
Yeah.
You get rid of cats, I'm fine.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Let's
Mosquitoes, ticks, leeches, cats.
house cats.
House cats.
I want the tigers and the lions.
Come on, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
But house cats.
Yeah.
We don't need house cats.
No.
Okay. I'm happy with that. I'll sleep well tonight.
What is your first thing?
So, Krispy Kreme donuts. First of all, let me just say a little something about the Krispy Kreme donut. I never want it. Like, I rarely have the thought, like, I really want a Krispy Kreme donut
Yeah.
until I have a fresh one.
Mm.
And that's the thing that Krispy Kreme has going for them, is that you can get it right off the belt.
Right.
A fresh, like, minutes ago made Krispy Kreme donut is maybe the most amazing thing. It's phenomenal.
It's good.
It's not my favorite donut, but it's very good. So they had a promotion. It was a graduate promotion, and they had. I wonder if our thing can see. I don't know, Stella. Can we see that? Does that work? Okay, well, you can kind of see it. So it's a box of donuts
Okay.
that they were giving to 2020 graduates. That's like Donuts 2020 is a special little design, and so this is their Instagram post. The class of 2020 deserves the sweetest treat. Celebrate them with our 2020 graduate dozen available for purchase now. Send your favorite 2020 grad a dozen today. Available, blah, 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 blah. So,
You ordered a dozen for yourself.
I wish. There was a mad rush,
Mm.
and there were traffic jams. Like, this caused a real issue, and they were giving free donuts to graduates as well. And so it caused, like, massive traffic problems. Like, cities in California and New York and stuff were having really, like, huge issues. Officers closed the drive-thru but allowed, officers. So, you know what I mean?
We're going to have to close this drive-thru.
Yeah, listen. We're going to have to inspect
Just
the
go ahead and
product.
give us your donuts.
It caused a lot of problems, and then they ran out of what they were giving away, so then they had to give away just a dozen free glazed regular donuts instead, which I think are really better, It was a mad rush. I think people are ready to get out into the world.
Yes.
Yes.
I think we lived in Tulsa when Tulsa got a Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, because Oklahoma City had one.
Yes.
Tulsa did not.
Right.
And literally, there was a guy that parked an RV outside of the Krispy Kreme. I think it was like 2 weeks before it opened up.
I think it was like 6 weeks.
And he
it was a long time.
lived there
Yeah.
until Krispy, so he could be the first one through the drive-through.
The original hours, like the first week Krispy Kreme was around in Tulsa.
Yeah.
4-hour wait.
Yeah.
For donuts. And that's not an exaggeration.
Yeah. It was
4 hours.
ridiculous.
It's crazy.
I mean,
I like donuts.
it's fine, but come on.
Yeah.
I felt like there was a real I felt like the donut culture in Tulsa was very bad. Like I tried to get
a weak donut culture.
Really weak donut culture. I would get donuts in, a couple different places. Like, these are awful. These are not even donuts.
I think the further north and the further east you go, the better the donut.
Agreed.
The further south, the further west you go, the worse the donut.
The worst donut is by far the worst donut is the Boston cream donut.
I like Boston cream.
You like the Boston cream? Oh.
Listen,
I mean, when I'm
given
biting
the
into
chance,
a donut and I think
but if you think it's white fluff,
sometimes you say cream filled, and
well, Boston
anyone
cream
would assume that when you say cream filled, like you meant Boston cream.
So here's the thing: my wife, when she gets donuts, it's Boston cream.
Ah, Boston
Now,
cream is the worst.
I've grown to like them.
Yeah, if I had no other
choice.
It's
an acquired taste, and I think I like it.
Yeah, no. If you have no other choice,
listen,
I guess
given the choice, no donut or
Mhm.
Boston cream donut, I'm eating a Boston cream
I'd
donut.
probably rather have no donut.
Really?
Yeah,
I just like donuts.
I like donuts too, but the pudding
You want-
just completely messes it up.
Stop pudding.
It is pudding. It's vanilla pudding.
I don't know if it's pudding.
It's 100% vanilla pudding in a donut.
Agree to disagree.
No.
White fluff, Long John, with some nuts on top.
Yeah.
Is that the best?
It's the best.
It's the best.
And the peanuts get everywhere.
No.
So, Mount Rushmore of donuts. Regular glazed,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
That's one.
Long John.
Long John. I'm going to say
I've got one.
controversial,
I've got one.
but I'm going to say jelly donut. I
Okay.
mean, I'm not a fan of the jelly donut.
I like
but
jelly.
It is iconic.
It is iconic.
I never on purpose. We have so with different like Bible studies and things that we've done in the past. We have some friends that we used to do one with, and there was one person there, and my wife, for some reason, thought she liked jelly donuts.
Yeah.
And I don't know where she got this idea from, but this girl is very quiet. She's just not, you know what I mean? And I would pick up the donuts sometimes, and Erica would be like, "Make sure to get a jelly donut for Katie." I'm like, "Oh, okay, I'll get a jelly donut for Katie." And I would always put them down. It's like, "Hey, we got you a jelly donut," got you. And she, "Oh, okay," you know what I mean? And then finally one day, and I'd never really paid attention, put it down, got you a jelly donut. She's like, "Oh, okay." And she picked up a non-jelly.
Yeah.
And I was like,
the jelly's right there.
I was like, you're not in the mood for. Yeah, I thought you liked. She's like, I don't like jelly donuts. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like,
this whole time.
Did you know that we were like on purpose getting?
I drove back to the donut store just to get you a jelly
She's
donut.
like, yeah, I know. I'm like, you could have said something at any time, So, I mean, I'm not in love with the jelly donut.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say I am.
It deserves a place.
Yeah.
And apple fritter.
Whoa.
I'm telling you, the apple fritter is an underplayed donut.
I'd like to.
It's the Teddy Roosevelt.
I'd like to put on the table.
Yeah.
The bear claw.
Given the choice, bear claw, apple fritter, I'm going apple fritter.
So our father likes an apple fritter, and I think that the apple fritter does not fall far from the tree, as it were.
You don't like apple fritters?
It's not like I don't like an apple fritter. Who doesn't like an apple fritter? But I think a bear claw is iconic. Remember, these are not your favorite donuts, Jason.
They are my favorite donuts. Every single one of those.
These are iconic donuts.
Yes. You don't think apple fritters iconic?
Original glazed, Long John,
Jelly
jelly donut, and then
bear claw?
I don't know. I mean, what other kinds of donuts are there?
Like the cinnamon roll thing? Is that a donut?
I don't know. I don't think so. eat a donut. I'm actually going to be close to Krispy Kreme tonight because I'm picking my kids up from the
from the airport.
From the airport. So I might swing by Krispy Kreme and get some donuts
on the way there and on the way back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Get a dozen to hold you over.
Yeah, and then just have the box there, and they're like, "Yay, donuts!" and they open it up, and there's nothing.
You get like half of one ripped,
kind of like Boston cream. Like, oh gosh.
Kids, I thought this was a fluff. It's a Boston cream. You guys can finish.
I apologize. I don't know. It feels like we're missing what kinds of donuts now. Also, okay. So the cruller, I like the cruller.
I don't know what the cruller.
Okay. The cruller is. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of like.
Oh yeah. Oh, what about just the plain like sugar coated?
Yeah.
Like the cake donut that has sugar on it.
Oh, yeah, I like that. Or powdered donut. I don't know. A powdered donut's pretty iconic.
That is pretty iconic.
I'm just looking right now. Jelly donut, old-fashioned donut, the apple fritter, chocolate donut. I think a powdered sugar donut.
I think you're right.
Is belongs on the list above the apple fritter.
I think
now, once again, I don't want to offend the apple fritter people.
I love apple fritter.
I like an apple fritter.
Yeah.
But above the powdered donut.
Powdered donut.
I think the powdered donut belongs.
Not a big fan. The older I get, the less I like powdered donuts.
I don't like it. I'm not.
When I was a kid, I loved powdered donuts.
I wouldn't choose it above an apple fritter
because you get to eat the powdered donut, then you get to lick your fingers.
Yeah, I wouldn't choose Teddy Roosevelt above Martin Van Buren, but he belongs on Mount Rushmore. Well,
I like Teddy Roosevelt.
Well, I mean, I am more.
He went looking for Bigfoot.
Okay,
true story.
Yeah, but okay. So Mount Rushmore of donuts, really quickly, just to wrap it up here.
Yeah,
regular glazed.
Mm-hmm.
Long John.
Yes.
Jelly donut.
Yes.
Powdered donut.
Bingo.
That's good.
That is good.
And then give me a nice cup of black coffee and leave me alone.
For the next 4 to 6 hours.
Yes.
That's good.
All right, what's your second thing?
My second thing, have you seen some of the baseball rules that they're trying to get through to be able to effectively play baseball?
I had a friend that was talking to me about it, about the way they're spreading everybody out and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
No, everything. They have to wear, if they're not in the field, you have to wear a mask. There is no sunflower seeds. There is no chewing gum. Like, there is no spitting. You're not allowed to spit.
That's ridiculous. Asking a baseball player to spit is like, we're going to open up the NBA, but, like, you can't jump. You know what I mean? Like, do all the stuff that you did, except no jumping.
No jumping.
No jumping.
Yeah.
I mean, that's as spitting sunflower seeds is as integral to baseball as jumping is to basketball.
I agree.
Ice hockey, we're opening it up, but no skates. No skates. You know?
No ice.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
I know. It's the sunflower seeds,
it's
the
so
spitting.
Stupid. Do you think some dude in center field is going to be chewing some, sunflower seeds and spit one out, and all of a sudden the world's going to, like...
Well, then the next guy that's playing center field is going to dive, catch a ball, and rub his face up against the sunflower seed that was spit, and then catch the coronavirus.
I think we could take the risk. I think we're going to be okay. I don't think any of the professional athletes exactly are high risk for anything anyway.
No, they're not.
It's like a mild cold for them.
Here's what they should do. Seriously. And each team has to supply their own defensive ball. Like, you can't use the other team's baseballs.
Okay.
It's the rules are ridiculous.
Yeah.
Everybody should just sign a waiver.
Yes.
We will play baseball the way baseball is meant to be played.
Mm-hmm.
And if we get sick,
yeah,
we're not going to sue.
Seems to me like, I think the NBA put out like a survey or something.
Yeah.
And like something like 80% of the players were like, I want to play tomorrow. Like,
yeah.
that's where they're all at. So.
But I think they're going to do it without fans. And I watched, this last weekend, I watched Dortmund play.
That's in the Bundesliga, which is the highest level of German soccer there is.
And I enjoy watching it. I prefer the English, any English league. But it was live. It was, and I'm desperate to watch anything.
Desperate.
And it was awful.
Yeah.
There was no energy. There was no excitement. It felt like a practice.
Yeah, yeah.
Or
I watched
a scrimmage.
A couple of. It seems like I watched before everything shut down, like an Italian game without any fans, and I felt the same way. It was just completely unentertaining.
Yeah, I don't know if it would feel. For some reason, I feel like baseball would be different.
Maybe. I mean, Marlins fans won't notice.
That is true. Tampa Bay? No.
That won't make a difference for them.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I want fans there. I don't want to be there, but I want fans there.
Yeah, we have talked about this in football. Football's meant for TV.
Meant for TV, absolutely.
Watching football live
I've
is
been
awful.
to an Ohio State football game. It's not fun.
No, it's
an
awful.
experience. You do it once,
Yeah.
and then it's done.
You do the O-H-I.
You pay too much for a hot dog,
yeah,
and you sit there and you kind of like barely know what's going on, and you wait for the commercial breaks, and then you fight traffic.
yeah.
That's
it's
what
not
it
good.
is. It's so much
And
better.
you pay $20 to park.
So much better in my living room, like 1,000 times better.
So that's if they're gonna. I think they should transition and just make football a strictly TV sport.
Yeah, and for
You could
all
set
of
up
the
cameras
fans, make
everywhere.
everybody. I like
Yeah.
the waiver thing. Make everybody sign waivers. Whatever, fine.
I'll sign a waiver today.
Well, I've been very consistent with my views on this thing from the very beginning. I know
Yeah.
they're not very popular, but hey, I think this whole thing is overplayed and really stupid. So, but that's my opinion.
yes,
But we're Americans, and I can
Yes.
have my opinion for now
for now. Yeah.
until, well, I'm not going to get into it. Speaking of baseball, my second thing, Jason, I like seasons. Okay, the thought of like they say like in California it's 70 degrees and sunny all year long, or
Yes.
70 to 80 and sunny all year long, and it's like perfect. I understand the appeal to that. Yet I would rather live in a place that had 4 seasons. I like seasons. I like change.
Yes.
I like looking forward to things. I like that. And one of my favorite things about spring is baseball.
Yeah.
I love baseball. And I don't watch a ton of baseball, but I like the fact that I can just have it on in the background, that I can just turn it on at will, because there's 156 games and 30 teams, and so there's always a game on. And since we don't have baseball, I thought, well, I don't know, and then it came to me that I would go home. I was going for a walk, and I thought, when I get home, I'm going to pull up on YouTube. And I started watching the 1990 World Series. So game 1, I started watching it. Now, you and I know there was the Oakland Athletics, the highly touted Oakland Athletics. It was
Dennis Eckersley,
Ricky Henderson, Dave Stewart, Jose Canseco,
Mark McGwire. Dennis Eckersley.
I mean, it was a great team.
Yeah.
They had, I think, won the year before. They had beaten the Giants, and the year before that,
the Dodgers.
They lost to the Dodgers.
Yeah.
So they were, this unstoppable force.
Yeah.
And Cincinnati comes in. Now, they said at the beginning, because I love the pregame, it was like Pat O'Brien. I mean, it was just, everything about it made me so happy. It was just the fuzziness of the picture, the graphic, like coming in, bum, ba-da-bum, ba-doo, and just the music.
Right.
I mean, just everything was just awesome. And in the pregame, they said it was the first time since I don't know when that a team had led the National League from day 1 to the last day of the season.
Okay.
So the Reds actually led the whole year long.
Okay.
So it was a very good team, but it wasn't like this iconic team,
Right.
unless you're from Cincinnati. And so the Reds were not supposed to win. And, in fact, the A's were coming off of a 10-game winning streak. They had won 10 games in a row. And then the Reds just swept them. And it was just phenomenal.
Yeah.
And so I didn't finish it because it's pretty late when I started. But I just have stumbled upon this.
Yeah.
Like the fact that, hey, YouTube exists, and you can watch whatever. Hours and hours and hours. And to be quite frank, I'd rather watch the 1990 Cincinnati Reds than the 2020 Cincinnati Reds. That's more fun for me. And so I just thought, so then the other thing I did was then I started watching the 1991 Bulls-Lakers finals.
Oh, yeah.
And I know the Bulls won the series, but I don't know the breakdown of each game. So it's like, for me, it's kind of like, I don't know what's going to happen in this game. So it's kind of fun to watch it. So that's just been a lot of fun for me. I would encourage everybody to do it.
This week, I watched the 1976 Cincinnati Reds in the World Series against the Yankees.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah, it is.
Billy Martin was the manager of the Yankees. And
and
all the classic Big Red Machine,
that was a great team.
Yeah. Pete Rose, I have this image of Pete Rose in my mind, but when you see him out there, he does not look impressive at all.
No,
he really doesn't.
No,
but he's the hit king, right?
Well, yeah,
Charlie Hustle.
Yeah, because he never took a day off. He grinded it out, and he played for 35 years. So,
but when you look at, he's not an athlete.
No.
But he
does
could
not
play baseball.
belong on
The athlete of
the best. I mean,
yeah.
if you need to win a series, now if you say, I mean, I guess there's a difference between like if you're creating an all-time team, maybe if you say I'm drafting a team of, I get to draft 20 guys and I'm going to have them all at the beginning of their careers through their entire career.
Oh, he's on the list.
Maybe you
for
draft
sure.
him
Yeah.
because the consistency,
Right.
the ability to play everywhere, the work ethic,
Right.
all of that stuff. But if you're drafting a team and you're saying I need to win a series with this team, I don't think you're going to draft Pete Rose. There are other guys because at the peak of their powers that you're definitely going to draft.
Maybe.
Okay, I got to have Willie Mays or
or Pete Rose.
Okay, I'm going to take Willie Mays. It's like 100 guys I take before Pete Rose. But
No, watching old YouTube is great. I love watching.
Fantastic. Everything's on.
And I love it when they have the old commercials with
yes,
it.
I mean that's what I was missing. That's what because they.
I don't want it
skipped
clipped
through
up.
The commercials.
No, I want the.
I understand why they're doing it, why they
Yeah.
think, but I definitely want to see the commercials.
Yes.
At least they do like the intro. And this, World Series is brought to you by Meineke. It's fantastic. I
Yeah.
love it. I just absolutely love everything about it.
Yeah.
It's great. So I would encourage everybody to watch old baseball because
Old anything.
it's never going to get as good as it was. I feel like baseball is definitely,
Downtrend.
yeah.
I agree.
All right. What is your third thing?
My third and final thing. I was going to save this for my Netflix suggestion of the week,
All right.
but I bumped it up because I think it's good.
Okay.
There's a series called Hangar One,
Okay.
and it's basically a group of people that have compiled a bunch of UFO documentation.
Mm-hmm.
There's a story told by Jackie Gleason. You're familiar with Jackie Gleason?
Yes.
Well, I need to make sure because my daughter doesn't know who Jack. Do you know who Jackie Gleason is?
Do you know
No.
who she is?
He, comedian. Listen,
Pow, bang.
To the moon. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
so Richard Nixon and Jackie Gleason are friends.
Okay.
They're in South Florida, golfing.
All right.
They're talking over the golf course about various weird things, including UFOs, aliens, whatever.
Sure.
That night, Richard Nixon gets in his car, ditches Secret Service,
Mm-hmm.
knocks on Jackie Gleason's door,
Mm-hmm.
and says, "Come with me. I want to show you something."
What?
Yeah. So Jackie Gleason, Richard Nixon are in a car. They drive south to an Air Force base in Florida
Mm-hmm.
and basically walk onto the base,
Mm-hmm.
go through a couple things. Jackie Gleason referred to it as an inner chamber. They went into this inner chamber, and there were freezers with bodies in them.
Mm-hmm.
And when Jackie Gleason first saw the first body, he thought it was a child.
Mm-hmm.
Then, at closer look, realized alien.
Where's this story? Is
I'm-
it coming from Jackie Gleason?
Yes.
Like you heard him telling
no,
it? Okay.
it's been retold.
Oh,
Listen,
really?
Jackie-
You ever played telephone, Jason? You know how that game works?
Listen, there's interviews with Jackie Gleason, Richard Nixon. These people would not lie to us. Why would they lie?
Yeah, why would Richard Nixon?
Why would they lie?
I mean, he's not like a. I mean, this guy's a Boy Scout, right? Yeah.
yeah.
I am not a crime. I mean,
I'm pretty excited about this.
he's not exactly Honest Abe. Is all I'm saying.
Was Honest Abe really that honest?
I don't know.
I mean, we all have told a lie or two or three.
Okay.
Maybe today even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I agree with that. And I guess what I'm saying is the things that people are telling you that are true,
Yeah.
those are lies.
Well, you don't know that.
Well,
It could be true. You don't know.
If I had to, if I was a betting man,
Yeah.
and I'm not. It's been a while since. I don't know if I've never really bet on anything.
You know what? I bet you I could get you to bet.
Okay. That is a Dumb and Dumber
It is.
reference.
I don't know how you're going to do it.
If I was a betting man, I would definitely put my money on this is not true. And Jackie Gleason might have been completely stoned or drunk that night or both. And, maybe saw some things or maybe said it, maybe made it up. maybe he was joking and somebody overheard him in the background, and then they told the story.
Okay.
What I want
Yeah.
is an interview. I want to see Jackie Gleason talking about it. Like,
Well, he's dead. So.
okay, well, there you go. Some old footage somewhere, somewhere. I want to hear his voice telling the story.
Okay. I'll see if I can hunt it up. It's probably on YouTube somewhere.
If it exists
Yeah.
anywhere, it exists on YouTube.
That is true.
Jackie Gleason, aliens. That's all you got to search.
Here's the thing. I actually love that stuff. I love Hangar One. I love the stories that they tell.
Yeah.
These presidents know the truth, and they refuse to tell us. Although Clinton didn't know. They kept it from Clinton. They kept it from
Didn't they just release a bunch of stuff about aliens?
Yeah. They released UFO footage. Did you see it? Navy ships shot this footage, and they don't know what it is. Unidentified flying objects.
All right. It's probably some test flights from some eccentric billionaire or something.
Oh, my gosh. You're so gullible.
I'm gullible.
Yes, you're gullible.
One could say the same thing about yourself.
No.
You're the one that believes
Aliens
everything.
are real.
By definition, the person that believes everybody is the gullible one. I'm skeptical. You're gullible. I'm skeptical.
I'm not gullible. Listen.
You believe everything. That's the definition of gullible.
I don't believe everything.
I mean,
Bigfoot, yes.
I know. We've determined
Ghost,
this.
yes.
The only thing you don't
Aliens,
believe in
yes.
is Bigfoot ghost.
The ghost of a Bigfoot doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But all those other things do. So I don't believe everything.
All right.
That's my third thing.
That's your third thing.
Yes.
Just to let people
and
know.
you're pooping on it.
I am pooping on it. Just pooping all over it.
I can't wait for the day aliens show up.
Hey.
I can't wait.
What are the chances they're friendly?
Not very good at all.
10% chance?
Like 2.
2.
Yeah, they're bad.
So if you find out, if somebody's like, listen, there's been a spaceship hovering above Toledo.
You get your gun out and you shoot it.
That's
you
what
take
you
pop
do?
shots at the UFO. Yes.
I don't know that that's what you should do.
Listen,
I just go away
defend the planet. Have you seen Independence Day?
I mean, they came here, from light years away. I don't think your gun is actually going to do that much to
you
them.
Don't know.
I got a pretty good idea. Oh my gosh.
Listen, we got to let them know you're not welcome here.
What? But what if they're nice? Are they welcome here?
No, they're not.
Even nice one.
No.
Is E.T. welcome? Like if E.T.
Well, we don't know what's going on with the other ETs.
Mhm.
I mean, E.T. himself was fine,
Yeah,
but as a race, I mean, you're going to find one good person out of a group of bad people.
sure.
It's going to happen.
So you're saying you're super into aliens.
Yeah.
You totally believe it,
Uh-huh.
but they're not welcome.
No.
Even if they're super nice.
Listen, have you seen there's a Twilight Zone episode? You don't watch Twilight Zone.
No.
There's one particular one. You should watch it. I'm going to give it away. Spoiler alert.
Mm-hmm. Did you know that Rod Serling wrote the end of the Planet of the Apes?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's responsible for that because it was a book,
Yeah.
like a French book or something. But that's not how it ended, the Statue of Liberty. But Rod Serling actually came up with that.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's good.
It seems Rod Serling-esque.
It does.
Anyway, aliens.
Yes. There is an episode where they show up and they start
Mhm.
giving everybody like all
Aliens
these
do?
things.
Uh-huh.
The aliens like
Okay.
giving people things.
Yeah.
Like fabulous things, and the people
Yeah.
are like, "Oh, this is great!
They're
Like
nice
we'll take you
aliens.
to our planet, and
Yeah.
you don't ever have to work, and we will give you everything."
Oh, okay.
They get on the ship, they start
Yeah.
flying, and they do a translation of the materials that they were handing out, and it was called the cookbook to serve man. And they weren't serving man, giving them;
They were
serving
yes.
them as food.
Yes. Much like in the Silver Chair, the Chronicles of Narnia book, how
I don't know
the
that.
children visited the giants, and the giants were going to have them over for dinner, but they were actually going to
Dinner,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, all right, aliens are a thing apparently.
Yes, true.
And the bodies have been seen by Jackie Gleason,
Yes,
as told through somebody else.
on Hangar One, which you can watch
Hey.
on Netflix.
Sounds great. All right, boy, I got a few different things
Okay.
that I could talk about. from my last thing. I mean, I've been thinking about Memorial Day is this weekend.
Yes.
Which, I mean, Memorial Day is, yes, we want to honor the veterans of all of the different wars, so on and so forth. But it's not as big of a day, like holiday-wise. Like Memorial Day doesn't have a feel to me. Like July 4th has a feel. It has a very specific. Memorial Day is just barbecue day, right? Is there any other thing that you make sure to do on Memorial Day? There's some mattress sales,
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was going to talk about Memorial Day, maybe do a Memorial Day Mount Rushmore, but I really can't get very excited about it. I already talked about Krispy Kreme. Oh, here it is. What I was going to, it was another Mount Rushmore. I don't know. We've got plenty of them tonight.
Yeah.
I was going to do the Mount Rushmore of things you don't want to step on in the middle of the night.
Matchbox car.
Well, I don't know. Is Lego or Matchbox car?
Can we have both?
Okay. All right.
Listen.
Yeah,
my kids, one of them had these, they were Matchbox car like metal, but they were helicopters.
Oh, no.
Those things hurt so bad. They hurt so bad.
I mean, the kids don't really play it anymore, but jacks,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
those would be awful.
Impale you.
Yeah, those would completely stick in your foot. I would say dog poop would be another one.
I've done that.
Yeah, just when it squishes through your toes. You know what I'm saying? And as your foot is going in it, because you're sleeping and you're not completely with it. You're like, and your foot's going down. You're like, what is this? And it just kind of squishes through your toes. And in the process, you just kind of have, now smushed it into the carpet.
At that moment, do you scream?
I don't scream.
I do.
I mean, I make a noise.
I don't scream like I'm terrified.
Ah!
I scream like I'm angry. Yeah, someone's
Like
going
an
to
anger.
die.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm more like like that kind of thing.
I'm like, get in! That's what I would do.
Yeah. So
Get down here and clean up this poop.
I feel like dog poop
Dog
belongs
poop.
on the list.
Yes.
I feel like Legos belong on the list.
Yeah.
You want to say Matchbox cars? I mean, if it's a Matchbox car on a hard floor, there's the possibility of pulling a Home Alone, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
That'd be multiple Matchbox cars. I don't know if one would give you the...
If you hit it just right, with your heel maybe.
Yeah.
And,
you're in a hurry.
Point in the right direction.
Yeah.
I mean, you could definitely break a tailbone with a Matchbox car.
That's true.
So we'll say poop, Matchbox cars, and Legos.
Are you defining as dog poop?
I just think
Just
general
poop.
feces.
Okay. Could be any variety.
Any variety. Anything else? I mean, when you step on the floor and it's wet, like just any unknown wetness.
Yeah.
Like a puddle or like anything that's like,
Wet.
Why is this
Yeah.
wet?
This
And
should
what
not be
is
wet.
this?
Yeah.
Anything wet. Now, poop oftentimes is wet. Especially
true.
if it's new.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that falls under that.
Listen, wet is like my
genre.
worst. I hate wet.
Just wetness, especially if you have socks on.
Listen, I wear socks.
Oh.
I'm a sock wearer.
You're a sock wearer
I wear socks.
to sleep.
Yes.
I wear socks in the house if my feet are cold, and then go to bed without thinking about it, and then like work them off like with what I mean, like with my feet, rub them together.
Yeah.
And so then sometimes Erica will be making the bed, and she'll find like 5 pairs of socks
At the foot of the bed.
because I work them
Yeah.
off at night, and I don't know that.
See, I do the opposite. I went to bed the other night. I have a blister on the back of my foot. I bought a new pair of shoes, and it's rubbing. It hurts.
TMI.
And it's with a purpose, with a point. So I lay down in bed because my blister hurts, and I don't want to put socks on. I got up to put socks on. It's the opposite.
No.
You go to bed with socks and kick them off.
No.
I go to bed sockless.
The thought of this.
Have to get up and put
Just
socks back on.
sometimes I get to the point where I can't have socks on my feet. Like even now, just thinking about it, it's irritating me. Like
Really?
I just want to be barefoot. Like now,
Yeah.
I don't know why,
Hmm.
but I feel constricted.
So
with socks,
I've got sandals on.
which is why I'm not wearing pants.
I would rather
What's-
wear socks right now.
You're not wearing socks.
No, I'm not wearing socks
Huh?
because I got a
Those
blister.
aren't sandals.
Well, they're Crocs.
Those are Crocs.
But I've got this blister in the back of my foot and it hurts.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't think we did a fourth thing. Did we do a fourth thing? Wet.
We never do. Oh, You're talking about your 3 and 3. We never do a fourth thing.
This is unprecedented.
I prepared 3 things.
Matchbox cars,
Yeah.
Legos, poop, and just wetness.
Yeah.
Any wetness. Does that sound good?
That's good.
Netflix, watch these shows with us. Netflix, or maybe Hulu Plus. Netflix, watch these shows with us. Netflix, or maybe Hulu Plus. Or maybe Amazon Prime or something like that, like YouTube. We don't want to put a box around what you watch, so you never know.
I just found a great list of donuts, by the way,
Ooh.
from my earlier research. Just making sure we didn't miss anything. No, I think we did well. I mean, donut holes. We didn't also say frosted with sprinkles. I feel like that's like the Simpsons donut,
That is true.
you know?
And my kids, if they're going to get a donut, oftentimes it is just frosted with sprinkles.
I feel like that should kick off the
Powdered?
powdered donut.
Okay,
All right.
let's do it.
Now, it's unprecedented, but nothing else really stands out. So, what is your Netflix suggestion of the week?
My Netflix suggestion of the week is the new
Mhm.
Jerry Seinfeld stand-up on Netflix.
I've seen it.
Very good.
I like it.
I didn't realize how old he was. He's
Yeah.
62?
He's been around
Something
for
like
a
that?
while. Well, I mean, Seinfeld started in the 80s, and he was not.
Yeah, no, I get it. I
Uh-huh.
get it, but it just like blows me away that
Yeah.
he's,
Mhm.
he's that old.
It's very good.
Very good, yeah. Classic observational humor.
Yeah. I mean, it's not. Here's one thing I've noticed about Seinfeld, and I don't think it happens in that special as much, but he gets more applause than most comedians
You
get.
think so?
Yeah. Like,
Because he's telling a story.
yeah, and a lot of times, like, the response to the joke is applause, which I think is a strange, like,
Yeah, it's pretty good.
yeah, that's funny. I like that,
Yeah.
you know?
Good
But
job.
It does happen. He does get applause because it's so, I think it's so well crafted. People just appreciate it.
Yes. He does craft very well.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's very good. If you
Very
like
good. It's called
stand-up.
23 Hours to Kill.
There's a couple of stand-ups on Netflix. There's another one. I think it's a guy named James Acaster. He's a British comedian.
Okay.
Pretty funny. It's TV 14, just
Yeah.
like the Seinfeld one is. So I
thought the Seinfeld one was pretty clean.
yeah, it was.
You
But I
know.
think he might have said like one or two random
Yeah.
words or something. But it was. I thought it was very clean. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's comedy. I've been over this before, but too dirty, and it's lazy. That's what bothers me about
Yeah.
dirty comedy. So, all right, my Netflix suggestion of the week. There is a documentary on Amazon Prime called Fair Chase.
Mm.
Now, I've heard this before, but they say that of everything in the animal kingdom, including humans, the one that can run the furthest, the fastest is humans. That there are certainly animals that can run faster than humans in a short distance,
Yes.
but that humans can actually run further because there are like super marathon runners. There's marathon runners that they can run for 100 miles,
right.
and that the human body is actually made to run further distances. And so that so their thing is, like they're saying, I'm coming up with these numbers. I'm making them up just like they made them up, actually. So like the bow and arrow was invented 20,000 years ago.
Right.
But humans have been hunting for 100,000 years or something like that, right? And so what did they do before then? It was pursuit hunting. In other words, you just run after this thing
Until they're tired.
until it literally wears out. And so humans have 4 or 5, maybe more different aspects to us that make us be able to run faster, longer, not the least of which is the ability to cool ourselves, the way that we sweat. So what happens is an animal just runs for so long until it just completely wears out. There are races, they do like horse versus man races, where men beat horses all the time in like 30-mile races. Because a horse, the way it sweats, the way it cools itself down, if it goes for too long, like running, eventually it will completely overheat and could even die. And so in Africa, even today, these guys they'll hunt after these antelope and things like that, and they'll just, as long as they can keep them in their sights, they'll just keep on running after them until eventually the animal just gives up and it just lays down, and then they can just kill it. So this documentary called Fair Chase, there are these different runners in New Mexico, and they decide to put this to the test. And so I would say the documentary is pretty well done. Can I ruin it for you?
Yeah.
Okay. It's pretty well done, the documentary, because I'm interested in it.
Yeah.
And they introduce you to each one of the runners. One guy's like a lawyer. The other guy's like a physical trainer. And then there's 4 or 5 guys that are African runners, but that live in New Mexico, because New Mexico is a good place to train because of elevation and good weather and stuff. So you got this team of like, I don't know, 6 or 7 guys that they're going to do this. And there are antelope in like pronghorn in New Mexico. And so they're going to go out into the middle of nowhere. They're going to find one and just run after it as a group, like a wolf pack. And so they come up with these solutions. And the guy, one of the runners that they're talking to from Africa, he was like, no, I've literally done this before.
Yeah.
You know? And he said, there's no running like hunting, because he said specifically, if I don't catch this thing, I come home and my kids are like, where's the food?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like literally life and death. And so there's all of this build up to, is like 8 days from the hunt, 7 days. And you're getting to know the different people, watching how they train, so on and so forth. And then they go out and they do it. And it's a complete letdown. I mean, they run for 20 miles. They're like, yeah, we can't see it anymore. And it kind of ends.
Like, what?
And I'm like, could we not? I don't know. Can we go out maybe next week? And you know what I mean?
Like this whole time you've been building up to this.
Yeah, I know. And it ended, and I was like, oh, they didn't get it. And in my mind, I'm like, they're definitely going to be like going out. There's been so much buildup.
Yeah.
They're just going to these guys are going to keep on going out until they can finally kill one. They had this whole thing about how one guy had to carry a bow and arrow because of the hunting laws in New Mexico. Like, you can't just, apparently one of the hunting laws, you can't just go up and like slit its throat. Like, you have to like have a weapon, and somebody has
a knife's a weapon?
Well, apparently,
what about a throwing knife?
Apparently, that's not a hunting like approved weapon. So you had a guy, and they did this whole thing, and he was being trained by this expert bowman, and he's working on it and getting better. And the guys are like talking about their strategy and all of this buildup. And I'm like I'm very interested in it, and I'm just waiting for that moment when they're just running until. And this guy from Africa is like, I've done this before. To where the thing just. The antelope just sits down, and it just is there, and it just can't go anymore. And the guys are like catching up with it and the euphoria of it, and they're gonna have a barbecue and eat the thing, and they just don't get it. And they're like, yeah, man, it was hard. It's like really difficult. Yeah.
So
because the thing can run 55 miles an hour, so it's like eventually, like it just shoots off. Right. And they said at one point it ran into a pack, and then another one ran out. And they're like, is that the one we were chasing? Turns out. Kind of hard to run down an antelope. Yeah. Even for like.
I would have thought so.
And these guys are world class.
You had me going. I'm like, this is interesting.
The documentary had me going. And that's why it was like, we got home late last night. We were out with some friends, and I got home at like 10:30, and I've been walking 10,000 steps every day. And I said, I've only got like 2,000 steps today. I got to go for a walk. So I go for a walk. I come back. And after walking 10,000 steps, I'm like, I can't just walk in the house and go to bed.
Right.
So I turned on this documentary, and I turned it on. It's like 11:30 when I turned it on, but I'm like, I'm in now. Yeah, I gotta finish this thing. And Erica was like, I can't stay up anymore. I gotta go to bed. That's fine. I gotta finish this. And so I do the thing where I click to see like how much longer is left. Yeah. Because they had just finished the race and not gotten it. And I'm like, maybe there's like another 30 minutes, And it was like 3 minutes left. I'm like, wait a minute. Is this part 1? And I'm like doing is there episodes? Yeah. No, it's just one thing. All of this lead up, this build up.
I'm not so sure about just the premise that man is the best.
But Jackie Gleason with the aliens, that's pretty.
Shut up. I saw this whole thing one time about this caribou in, I think, Russia. Mm-hmm. And it every day it runs 50 miles.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like every single day.
Right. Yeah.
That's its life.
Yeah.
Could a man run 50 miles every single day?
Well, a man could run 50 consecutive miles.
And then collapse and sleep.
But what they're saying is a caribou can't necessarily run 50 consecutive miles. Like it runs and then stops for a while and runs and stops for a while because it has to cool
But
down.
at 55 miles an hour or whatever they run,
Well, that's the problem.
I just don't think this whole thing. I don't think is a thing.
Well, they seem to be pretty convinced, and the guy from
But
Africa
they didn't
said
do it. They didn't
Well,
do it.
Listen, I know it was a total disappointment. The guy from Africa said he's done it before. I mean, this is like my thought is if you have the right runners at the right condition at a flat terrain, because the other thing is they would go to a ridge and it would go over the ridge, and then they get to the ridge eventually, and then they got to look for it. If you have the right runners in the right terrain that have worked together for long enough, and they know how to, run around the thing, and you basically the goal is to get it to be running in circles. You know what I mean? And you're chasing it, by heading it off at the pass.
Right.
You're not just one guy chasing the thing down. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they're saying that could happen.
Yeah.
But if you had 10 or 15 guys that were like
all of a sudden, the whole dynamic of all of this has changed.
I know. I was really, honestly, very interested in it, and it's pretty well done. Because sometimes I get about 10 minutes in documentary, I'm like, this is not good. You can tell just the footage. This is not good. It was pretty well done. I was very interested in it. And it was a total letdown. So it's called Fair Chase. I love the concept.
Yeah.
I just want them to actually catch one,
Okay.
And I wanted to see
them
just, like just a guy go like 2 feet from it, while it's just looking up at them and just right between the eyes,
Yeah. That's nice. Didn't American Indians do buffalo runs where they chase them off cliffs?
Yeah. Well, there's a famous cliff in Billings where I lived for many years. They call it the Rims. And it's well known that they would, they had horses though. So,
but horses are not native to North America.
That's true. So I guess they would do
prior
it
to that,
But they get them in a stampede, and they would, you probably have like 40 guys,
right?
Surround them and then get them to such a pace where they just run off the cliff, and then you just go down and
good eating,
collect the meat.
Yeah.
So not a bad way to take out a herd of buffalo, as far as I'm concerned. I've never killed a buffalo before. I don't think I've ever killed. Well, I've killed a gopher. I've shot a gopher. There's little gophers. They call them groundhogs, but they're really like the way I think of them as a gopher.
Yeah.
But they're just like squirrel sized, except they're not squirrels. All over the place in Montana. And at my in-laws' house where they used to live, they used to be there, and he had a little gun.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a BB gun, but it was. I'm not a gun guy. It's 22, maybe. Does that sound right? And they were all like on vacation.
That's a real gun.
Okay, yeah, it's a real gun.
Okay.
And they were all like out camping, and for some reason I was there by myself, and so I just sat outside with this thing, and I was just waiting for the gophers to come out. And they come out of their little holes, and they look,
Yeah.
and you shoot one, and head explodes, and then it's just laying on the ground, and then you wait there, right? And then about 10 or 15 minutes, another gopher's head comes out of the thing, starts looking around, kind of like approaches the other gopher, and then just grabs it and like pulls it back into the hole. Like, this is not good.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening down there, but I think they're gonna eat their brother. So.
Or they might be burying their own. Maybe they have a whole culture.
I think this is. He definitely had a look on his face like he was not proud of what he was doing.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it.
Is that a show?
I think that's a show. I don't know. I gotta go to Columbus.
Yeah.
To pick up my kids from the airport.
We do need people to send us things for the wall.
I mean, we love Angela Lansbury. She's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
But we were looking for some other things. And we're going to be painting the wall black, just so you know. So if you have something, think about it being on a black wall. And we'll just have more and more decorations behind us as the episodes continue on.
Yeah.
And before you know it, we'll be, bigger than the Beatles.
That'd be pretty nice.
It would be. Very nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think any of the Beatles have a YouTube
not anymore
channel, but there's probably like an official
Beatles channel.
Channel in which you can
probably.
You have anything else?
No, I'm waiting for the call.
The call? I got a call from
I got a call from my dad.
Your dad?
Yeah.
All right, well, this is Dan signing off for Jason, reminding you to always keep your stick on the ice and never wear the blue sweats.
Sit, boo boo, sit. Good dog.
I have spoken.